Okay, starting in the JB700. No, this has to be the JB700W, because I have a JB700. So I'm in a they both perform identically. It's another case of Rockstar adding stuff unnecessarily that's the same as old stuff. This video is supported by my merch store. Go to store.bruffy.com to browse a wide variety of styles, including the ever-popular G-Fred logo and random race designs, all available on t-shirts, hoodies, mugs and more. Okay, this is going to be a fairly pedestrian first lap, but not as bad as being in that big old truck. Oh yeah, that's true. The regular JB700 isn't available. Because of course it isn't. It is weird the amount of cars, like, it's a shockingly high number of cars that aren't available in the lists for the random races. But it's weird that, like, that some of them you'd expect that just got overlooked that aren't usable in random races, regular races, but some of them are raceable in regular races, and most of them are like original vehicles, like Adder, Bullet, you know, Felter, Infernus. They're all sort of original cars that for some reason have gotten overlooked in these random vehicle lists. But then you've got some weird DLC vehicles as well, like the Peyote Custom for some reason, the Yosemite Rancher. Those aren't available in the vehicle lists for random races either. Like, just weird omissions. They should just allow everything, really. Alright, that was a pretty slow first lap. We're also 300 wide, but there's the Field Master. So it's a custom vehicle, but it's still slow. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, fair enough. Something that is like, and this is why I've chosen the tracks that I have for this, there's a site I've seen before, why I've chosen the tracks that I have for this first playlist of console random alls is because they're all tracks that we've done for, you know, Project Homecoming random alls. So it kind of, it's funny to see, you know, to see the same version of the race and the same tracks, but on vanilla GTA. It's like, it's just kind of weird that we've done this on this track, for example, so many times on 5M, and now we're doing a random all on the same track, but on vanilla GTA on PS5. Stockade. Quicker than a Stockade in a Briosa 300 wide body, but I'm not going to be quicker in a Voodoo than that looked like some trophy truck. I haven't had good luck at the start of this one. Desert Raid. I think I own the Voodoo Custom, not the regular Voodoo. I just got the Journey 2 laps in a row. Yeah, that can happen. You can get vehicles 2 laps in a row. You can get them twice throughout the same race. It will happen to someone. Oh yeah, you gotta find your way around that one. I haven't. That's a good point. I haven't actually vetted these tracks since they only came out a few days ago. I haven't vetted them for the tall vehicles, so some of the tracks at this stage, I've only got rid of the tyre barriers on Drag Kings that would have stopped things from getting through, but there might be some tracks where tall vehicles might have to look for workarounds. Oh yeah, this one, on the lower loop, the dock handler's going to have trouble, because it did when we did this last time on Project Homecoming, and the dock handler shouldn't have been in the list. Well, let's hope we don't get it, I guess. that overpass is a bit dodgy as well. Then technically it's possible to get the weaponized Ignis 19 laps in a row. Well, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Ooh, speedy. I think it works better with repeats, like, so that you can't, without repeats, so you can't get the same vehicle again. But again, the vanilla version is handling the randomness differently to Project Homecoming. And at the end of the day, like I said, it gives a good random all experience. You know, you don't have all the modded cars on this, for example, that are on Project Homecoming, obviously. But to counter that, that's why I've left in all the bikes, even though I would prefer to get rid of most of the bikes, because I don't like bikes in this game. But, you know, you want as many vehicles as possible that aren't just duplicates of each other to maximize, you know, the amount of different things you can get in a random all. So that's why all the bikes are still in, and why it's a shame that we don't have a lot of the vehicles that do exist on vanilla GTA that, you know, you should really be able to get. Oh, the camper. I suppose, I guess with tall vehicles, when you get stuck you can just respawn in this game mode. You can't do that on Project Homecoming, but yeah, you can just respawn when you get to a place where you're stuck. I think that's a reasonable use of respawning to get a different car. I have not had good luck in this one. Hey, there's a camper up there. Well, camper buddies. See if I can chase down the other camper. The beauty of this also is that you do get to race with cars that you wouldn't normally get to race with. Like, the camper is available in regular races, but let's be honest, most of the time people aren't going to load up a Vans race and select the camper. But there's a lot of vehicles in transform races, and by extension, who's pushing? Someone's pushing me. By extension, yeah, there's lots of vehicles that you can't get in regular races, in transform races, that we will see. That is a journey that I'm chasing down. I thought it was another camper. My bad. I think the camper is marginally quicker than the journey, so I've got the advantage. Journey versus camper race, you don't see this often. The journey looks small in comparison to the camper. What's that all about? Oh, come on. I get the Patriot stretch and he gets an Autark. Yeah, I'm big. This is gonna be difficult. Round the hairpin we go. There you go, look. What's the name of that again? Scrap truck. That is the scrap truck in front of me. It's in the utility vehicles class. Obviously I've tested it. But you can't get that in regular utility vehicle races. You can in transform races, and by extension random races. So, you know, there are a lot more vehicles than just in regular races in terms of the variation, but the flip side of that is that there's also less vehicles as well, because there's some big emissions like the Adder and the Bullet and whatnot. Yeah, if I get 22nd, it doesn't count on these, or even winning. If I win on one of these console random alls, it doesn't count for breaking the streak. If I get 22nd, it doesn't count for that as well. This is separate. Can you get the Unholy Trinity? And these was just asked in the chat. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it again. You can't, but we're treating the Air Tug as the tractor for the Unholy Trinity because they're basically the same pace. So you can get the console version of the Unholy Trinity, which just swaps out the tractor for the air tug. I got the journey a third time. No way. No way. The journey Trinity for Mystic Zombie. These aren't random alls as we know them. Should call them random what we're allowed to use. I guess that's true. I mean, my hope is that, you know, I've been pretty vocal about all the different cars that we can't get in these random alls at the moment. My hope is that Rockstar in the next update in 6 months' time, if we're still all here playing it and it isn't dead by then, my hope is that they'll just enable them. But who knows? Fugitive. It's like I'm doing a G-Fred survival. There's the lawnmower. Deluxo behind. They can just fly over the top of someone if they want. Although it is quicker to stay wheels on the ground than it is to fly with the Deluxo. The caddy. Yeah, I'm half expecting to just see Vestras come launching in at me from the sky. Feels weird that that isn't happening. Scarab, second fastest military vehicle in the game for lap time, as we should all know from the military class testing video, which was the last of the 2024, well, the new testing. What lap am I on? 8! I'm only on lap 8! I've got the monstrosity again. 2 races in a row. Wow. This is the new leader for gotten most in console random alls. Another lawnmower. I haven't had a really bad vehicle yet. I'm just waiting for that lawnmower or dozer or air tug. When will I get my first Unholy Trinity vehicle on console? Will yes, the monstrosity will always be HSW, so that's a thing as well that I mentioned in the video. HSW doesn't do anything in the lobby. If you turn HSW off in the lobby before a race, it has no effect. If you get a HSW vehicle, it will be HSW upgraded. That was a good lap, I needed that. Revolta, okay, let's keep the momentum going. This is some speed that I can get behind. This is where the comeback starts. 2/3 of the way into the race. There's literally no point of having the HSW categories, let alone the different tiers. That's true. The HSW categories in the creator on the random vehicles list, all they do, if you have those vehicles selected, is increase the chances of getting an HSW vehicle because they're, you know, 2 or 3 times in the pool. That's all they do. Apart from the Sentinel XS, because the Sentinel XS is available in the HSW categories, but it's not available in the coupes category, so it's the only way to get the Sentinel XS in random races. There's a load of coupes missing. Alright, we're on for a top 10. Come on, let's go. Vindicator. Don't have that, obviously, but it's a bike, so it's grippy and it's quick. Wait, does this have... Oh, it's got boost. I remember the Vindicator now. That's a death. The Arena Issy. Oh, there's 10th. I'm going for it. This is my first bike, I think. I've never seen this bike before in my life. It's a long time ago this bike was added. This was, I want to say this was before the Lectro. The Lectro was added with heists, right? With the Kerr's boost. No, this might have been after, actually. Either way, it used the same mechanic. Did he die and then respawn in a lawnmower? That would have been hilarious. 8F drafter, okay. I've mounted a little bit of a comeback at least. A small comeback has happened. I was way down the order. There's 8th. Oh, that was close. There's 7th. Is it top 5 possible? Glendale. It's going to require people to have worse cars in front. Oh, come on. Get all my laps in. Yeah, as long as I'm in the top half, I will. I realise now. How far away am I from a top 5? Oh, still 20 seconds. Okay, it is really going to require people ahead to get worse cars. Two laps to go, what are we going to get? That's a long lap. Tyrus, alright. Alright, I'll take it. For PS5 random races, I'm good if I get any supercar or sports car. Like, I own every single vehicle in those classes, so I'm good. I'm missing a small number of muscle cars, and I own pretty much most sports classics. I mean, I own most vehicles, I'm pretty well covered, apart from bikes, obviously. Oh, this is for a position, I think. But yeah, I'm going to really struggle on Xbox. Subaru takes the win. I'm going to really struggle on Xbox random races. Because I don't own much. It doesn't matter too much, I suppose. You're still at the mercy of the random selection, more so than anything else. But it would be nice to be able to turn off customs on the fly. Emirates on the last lap. What are my gaps? 23 seconds and 2 seconds. Oh, I think I'm going to be able to get 6th, but I think 5th is going to be a little bit too far. Battle with a Schlagen GT over 6th. Oh, there's 5th! It was the mule! RPS was in the mule on the last lap! Let's go! Top 5's always possible, we always say it! What a comeback this race has been, from being like well into the bottom 20s. Top 5's always possible! Wow, I was close to 4th as well. Holy moly. What an up and down race that was. That was a very clutch Emirates. Damn. Pay to win with custom cars, I know, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. They're just as fun. They are just as fun as random always on 5M. We can always wish for more, and I hope they do continue to improve upon the formula and the issues that we talk about with them, but they are still just as fun when you're racing with them. Yeah, it was the 2 Pro Gen vehicles at the end, the Tyrus and the Emirates. Salvaged the top 5. Oh, that's unfortunate. From last place, and then he gets the cycle at the end. Unbelievable.